No, I will certainly have more to say on this, but I just started paying attention to Darth Dawkins, aka Darthy Poo. And because I believe that he is a hindrance to the gospel of Jesus Christ, that is what motivates me here. And so I'll be picking apart his philosophy in an attempt to get his attention. But let me first of all say that his method is toxic. His method is incoherent. And let me give you the first philosophically absurd approach to Darth's form of Van Tillianism. Now, I'm not going to attribute to Van Til the distortions of Darth Dawkins, aka Darthy Poo. But I will say this, he is making the fundamental mistake by committing the errors in the ancient pursuit of being and becoming. He actually thinks he knows about unity and diversity and being and becoming one in the many, but the accusation of Parmenides against a Heraclitean notion that all things are becoming and nothing is being. And this is an issue of how to understand multiplicity in the world, how to unify that. So when we consider multiplicity, when we consider identifying being and becoming, now the answer is to be or not to be is also not enough when it comes to questions. To be or not to be, that is the question, but it's also what kind of being. Now, for being to differ by non-being, that is no difference at all. So that's why the Parmenian view, the Parmenian dilemma, leans on the side of pantheism, that all is one and that multiplicity is illusion. Now, Darth makes the fundamental mistake of this attributing some sort of being to this non-God category he's made up. That is a fallacious statement. A non-God world, you don't have negated worlds. To differ by nothing, a non-God world is nothing. And so to differ by non-being is to differ by nothing. So it's all the same, hence pantheism. Darth, I'd like to inform you that you're not as well read as you think you are. And you love to misrepresent what people say. Very interesting. You're a turd, and I'm coming after you, Mr. Darthy Poo. This is part of my Stop the Stupid campaign. Welcome. I took down thick shades, and now looks like Darthy Poo, you're next. I hope you take your... Boy, that was a loud car. Darthy Poo, I hope you take your lorazepam, your Ativan, because until you get a sense of humor and stop taking yourself so seriously, and then also be teachable, I attempted to have a cordial discussion. I didn't intend to be lectured to. You insulted my intelligence by assuming that you could lecture me. I love to have a discussion with you even again. But you got to get a sense of humor, dude. You take yourself too seriously. My guess is you've had multiple divorces. I know nothing about you, but that's my guess. So, anywho, and I would guess you don't go to any local church. So, Mr. Darthy Poo, you whine like a little girl. You whine and you do the very things. If you met yourself at Clubhouse, you would be bitching about yourself all night because you are that which you criticize, Mr. Darthy Poo. Now, because I'm also on a not only a Stop the Stupid campaign, but also a anti-bullying campaign, those that bully people are particularly on my radar. And you bully people intellectually out of Christianity. I'm sure there are many atheists, and I ask them to actually contact me. Text me 209-380-3009. If Darth Dawkins has turned you into an atheist, let me add a name to a list. And if you have been led to the Lord by Darth Dawkins specifically, not by properly applied presuppositionalism, but if you have been won to the Lord by Mr. Darthy Poo, please contact me and I will hold it in suspicion. But if I get 5 to 10 people that contact me saying that they have been led to the Lord personally by Darthy Poo and have been discipled, which means they're now involved in a healthy church, they have a functioning relationship with God, with their spouse, with their family, and with those they come in contact with. Anywho, I could go on forever and ever here. I don't like Christian fools. I'm not sure Darth is a Christian, but I'll assume it since he says it. I don't like Christian fools, and I don't like people who become stumbling blocks to the gospel. Romans chapter 1 does not say everybody knows that God exists. If that were true, your very own system would collapse in on itself because you're telling them they're not holding the knowledge of God up, but yet you tell them they have the knowledge of God. Which one is it? Do they know God or do they not know God? By the way, praise, you're ugly.
Position, which we could classify as the knockout world.
You keep using the language of knowledge, but
Listen to me. If you're going to be argumentative with me, like a teenager, you're going to be removed from the stage.
I wasn't argumentative. Darth was not, this other guy was not being argumentative. Darth is a prima donna, pansy boy. He needs to have, somebody in his life speaking to him and say, straighten up, dude. Because Darth, I would imagine that nobody likes you. I would like to meet a personal friend of yours. I really would, because I would like to know that you have some sort of EQ, emotional intelligence, as they say, not IQ, but EQ. I digest.
Are you affirming a proposition, and that proposition equals the knockout world?
How can a proposition be an absolute negation, a not God world? I'm not quite sure I get that category, Mr. Darth. So you're saying that nothingness now is a category? Because that's what a not God world is.
Okay, are you affirming the proposition of the God world?
No.
Are you suspending judgment as to either proposition?
No.
Okay, well, you don't have any other options. You will either affirm or deny the proposition that God exists.
What's wrong with honest atheism for a time? Good grief, people. You guys claim to honor free will, but you don't honor the fact that people can freely not believe in God and honestly seek for it. No, I do believe there is a time frame for honest questions and honest atheism. Now, when that turns into out and out rebellion, I'm not sure. But let me tell you, people do not choose atheism to sin. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Sorry, I digested once again.
You can attempt to make the claim. There is not a fourth option.
You may think that, but I'm sorry.
What is sir? What is the fourth option other than affirming, denying, or claiming to suspend judgment? What's the fourth option?
That I can assign certainties to all the outcomes instead.
Okay, that was a gobbledygook answer. You're going to have to up your adult.
Dorothy Pooh gave me nothing but gobbledygook answers. Pray for me that I have patience with Darth Stupid. Because it's these kinds of Christians, quote unquote, that destroy the church. They're obnoxious. They're not teachable. They don't care about people. They care about being right.